Maayong adlaw sa tanan. Salamat kita sa Ginoo kay gitagaan na pud niya glain nga opportunity nga makatuon sa iyang pulong. And we are thankful that we are now in our 8th, ikawalo nga session. So if you have missed a session from February to September, all you need to do is to revisit the videos and make sure nga naka-answer mo atong form which is included sa mga emails nga mong ginasend sa inyo. And if you don't have access to our shared folder sa company internet nato, or you could not access YouTube, just let us know. Pwede mo text sa amua or mo send og email sa amua in order for us to send you a hard copy sa atong mga or module sa atong mga lessons nga gina-discuss every month. So for this session, we would be talking about bravery. So the title for our discussion for today is Bravery in Adversity. So we have been talking about adversity nga no tungod kay sa mga niagi nga mga bulan, even sa miagi nga tuig, we are in a pandemic and every one of us is experiencing hardship. Pero pasalamat kita kay dinhi sa atong kumpanya we are still operational. Operations is still continuous. O dako ka na nga butang aron magpasalamat or alang magpasalamat kita sa Ginoo. So ang atong guiding verse makita din sa Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. So isa lang ka verse. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9, the word of God says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Basahon ako kusab kay nindot kaayo ang mensahe sa pulong sa Ginoo. Ingon dinhi, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Nindot, no? So, as what I have said, we will be talking about bravery or being courageous. But the problem is, aren't we being courageous? Aren't we being brave? For the past 2 years now, we have been experiencing this adversity. Kining kalisod nga na-experience nato og dili lang kita, the whole world is experiencing it as well. Aren't we brave enough? That's the question. But what is our topic really? What are we going to talk about? So the question nga angay natong ipangutana sa atong mga kaugalingon are this. First question, what's next to the crisis? Unsay sunod ka kung mahuman na ning COVID or mahuman na ning pandemic? What's next? Another question, will this pandemic subside? Mahuman ba gyud ka ni? Mahurot ba gyud ka ning naay magpositive? Will peace be attained at last? So that's another question. Maangkon ba ka nato kining kalinaw na atong gina-aim or atong gusto nga maabot? Maangkon ba ka gid nato kining kalinaw? Another question is, will I and my family survive? Well, currently, if you have a job, makaingon ka nga mo survive gid ka. But let's say for example, next year na gipirmahan naman gid sa atong presidente nga naagihapon ta sa state of calamity. But what happen if next year and the following year we would still be in a pandemic and the economy is no longer that healthy? Can you confidently say nga okay paghapon ko o okay paghapon akong pamilya? Would we survive? That is the question. And if that is our question, aren't we brave enough if that would happen? Kadto nga mga pangutana, those are troubling questions that everybody or everyone is asking, and they also would like to have a direct answer to those questions. I know that it's not just my question, but it's also the question of many of us. And what we needed or what we want is a direct answer to that question. We are living in an extremely risky and scary period of time. Many are displaced. Many are confused. Many are disheartened, and many are also afraid. We are also fighting a lot of enemies. We are struggling to survive. We are struggling to stay protected. And I hope every one of us has already been vaccinated. And we are also struggling to remain mentally and emotionally stable. To live with faith and be hopeful. And we are fighting for a daily attack of discouragement, doubt, and uncertainty. This is our war. Many refuse to fight, others just fled and hid, while some others were willing to sacrifice. With all those questions that I threw earlier, kato akong mga gipangutana nga mga question, or katong atong mga personal nga mga question, ana ay mas dako pa nga question ato to summarize everything up. But the biggest question is, are you a brave person? Are you brave enough? Are you a courageous person? Are you courageous enough to move and never quit? Are you determined, or are you determined and decisive to bring yourself and your loved ones to success and victory? So that is the question for today. Katong mga question kaganina, when you summarize it up, it's just one question, which is, are you brave enough? Usa sa ingredient sa usa ka victorious o usa ka resilient nga kinabuhi is courage. Courage is powerful. Ug karon nga panahon, courage is what we desperately needed. Maugyoy atong gikinahanglan. From the ancient times up to the modern world, we are inspired by people. We're inspired by ordinary people who displayed godly courage in times of their crisis and trouble by standing on the truth or on what is true. By fighting against the enslavers or dictators, and by bringing their loved ones in place of safety and convenience. And for this morning, atong hisgutan o unsa ang nga karakteristik sa usa ka hero or usa ka brave and courageous heroes. So the first characteristic of a hero or a brave and courageous hero na siya'y firm conviction. Napalibutan kita og mga tao na wala or dili makatindog for the truth and have godly principles. When temptation and crisis arise, these are the people who resorted to a different action instead of choosing the godly principle or the godly action. Ang uban nagpili sa short-term nga pleasure than the difficult path of truth that leads to God and eternity. Others are tired of fighting, so they give in to compromise. However, many are still holding to what they believed on, even by losing an opportunity, even by losing a promotion, even by losing a possession, and some even lost their lives because they stand for the truth. And that is one of the characteristic of a brave person, having a firm conviction even though others don't believe on it any longer. Another character of a brave person is having not just a firm conviction but also having a clear intention. Courageous people have a mission in life. They are not easily distracted. They don't fight and struggle for nothing. They refuse to quit because they have a noble purpose in life. They want to bless others, to inspire the next generation. They want to leave an exemplary legacy, and they want to glorify God, which is the most noble of all. Another character of a brave person is not only a firm conviction, not only a clear intention, but a brave person also has a total dedication. Karon nga panahon, many of our frontliners are infected with COVID. Na ako'y mga nailhan nga mga tao, some of them are my friends who are working in hospitals nga nag-cater og kaning COVID patients or COVID positive patients, and they also got infected with the COVID virus. Some survived, but some didn't make it. And that is a picture of a clear or total dedication because they love others and they are willing to die for them. People who are dedicated to their loved ones, to their calling, to their responsibilities, to their job are the people whom you find exemplary courage. They don't want to quit despite the difficult obstacles because they love people. They are dedicated to serve and care. And last but not least, which is a character of a brave person, is a positive expectation. So, what are the four characters of a brave person? First is a firm conviction. Second is a clear intention. Third is a total dedication. And last is a positive expectation. Seeing the present situation of the world, economically and politically, we can say that we are not in good shape. Many are discouraged to pursue their dreams by seeing the dark and the hopeless tomorrow. However, if you have faith in God and you have lived according to His purpose and will, you can find and know that our future is bright in the Lord. The courage of Joshua sa atong gibasang passage kaganina came from the idea that God will be with him and promise a brighter tomorrow. So those are the four characteristics of a brave person. And that is what we would like to learn from today's discussion. Courage is a day-to-day requirement to live a successful and fulfilled life. We need courage to work despite the risk of COVID infection. We need courage to lead our family despite the many obstacles. We need courage to pursue our dreams despite the waves of criticism which is swallowing us. From a small task to the biggest responsibility and intentions, courage is desperately necessary. So, the question that I would like to ask you, would you be brave enough? In this pandemic, or in this time of pandemic, where life is shaky, risky, and difficult, what makes you courageous to continue working and living? Hope that we can answer that in our form later on. Because to be honest, that's all we needed. Katong qualities of a brave person. So thank you again for sparing some time para tanaw kining atong session or online session. And by the way, would like to announce that submission of entries for our Univation is already open. So kung naamoy entry, you can send an email or you can contact us. I'll be providing my number dinhi sa atong session karon. Akong i-flash sa atong screen ang number, and hoping that everyone would be safe. We're almost in the last quarter. By October, it's the last quarter of the year, and we are still in a pandemic. But hopefully, our Christmas would still be merry, even if you're experiencing difficulty or even if you're experiencing adversity. May you have a wonderful day. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.